we?
Hurricane Larry.
We'll introduce some of his guests. I know he's got some family, and then we'll open it up to a couple of the officers to share some thoughts on all things Larry, and then we'll open the floor up to any customers or any of the workers that have any burden on him. I know it's not going to be hard, and then we'll present his plaque and his gifts. So with that, I get the honor of introducing Larry. So as I said before, Hurricane Larry made landfall in 2006. He and I both worked with Solana together. He was an utter train wreck. I was always amazed by his lack of filter, his positive attitude, and his motor. So I tried to come up. Sorry, guys. I tried to come up with some words that struck me. Boy, I've seen firsthand how Larry was an advocate for his customers. So all of you customers in the room, your problems were his problem. He took them personally. He did everything he could to address it. He always asked opinions of others, permissions when necessary. Most of the time he made a decision and rolled. I was joking with somebody earlier today that I actually had to tell him a couple of weeks ago that Larry, as long as it's not a felony, you can do whatever you want. You're not going to get fired in the next 3 weeks. Honestly. In 19 years, I never left a conversation with Larry wondering if there was more to the story that he wasn't telling me. Sometimes I knew there was more to the story. But even when you guys can bring it up. Even when it didn't reflect well on Larry, that's usually how we started the conversation. As I said before, intense. We'll get to those in a I know Larry was hoping Darren, Sean, and Randy. Did you guys get that tire repaired? Yeah. Okay. So, as I was saying, intense. I couldn't tell you how many times Larry called and he was like, "Is so-and-so answering their phone today?" And I'm like, "Well, when did you call him?" "Well, I left him a message right before I called you." I mean, he was always expecting people to run at his pace, which sometimes was good, sometimes not so good. But for the customers in the room, he did it for you guys. He was always a pit bull. He always shook things until they were dead, buried. Unique. There are not many or any people. I think we're 1,455 people, give or take. There is no one like Larry at phones. I'm not sure there's many like him in the community. Every one of our customers has a Larry story. Not all of them are PG. I'm sure some of his customers here can expand on that on here in a little bit. Larry's also tough. I've seen firsthand Larry be firm but fair, answering the bell out of a hard night of entertaining customers. He even showed up to a meeting once. I think he was at Max Jantz and he was missing his glasses and his tooth. But he showed up. professional. This may be the wrong word for it, but Larry was an unorthodox pro. He took pride in little things, which I guess is why the big things look so easy. So, with that, I want to thank Larry for 19 years of service, a lifetime of stories, and you will be missed. So, with that, Shane, Jeff, would you guys like to speak or say? Oh, yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
I'm not going to share any stories about Larry because they're not appropriate for the next crowd, but certainly share my thoughts on Larry. And it's great, everything that Garrett had said. One thing that I found about Larry that I think that Garrett maybe did not say was certain humility, and Larry would give you the shirt off his back, right? Just a genuine human being that I always appreciated. Larry is also, in my career at Foley Equipment, he was the first person to quit me. So that's how he ended up here at Dodge, took the job out here, and so did some great things out here. You're going to be so missed. So grateful for your contributions to the company, the laughs that we've shared along the way, and I do hope that you keep in contact and do make a surprise visit at our meeting sometime. Thank you, Larry. Thank you.
So, at this time, before we have Larry introduce some of his guests, I'm going to open the floor up to some of his compadres or customers, or if anybody has something they'd like to share about Larry, the floor is open. I want to say thank you. All the years and all the fun times, I feel it necessary to talk about your heart. Whether you think of it of his relentless approach, right? The heart, the not give up, the see things through side of it, or your compassion and the way you personalize things to make sure the right thing is done for, whether the company or the customer. Something always stood out about me. We've got a fantastic history. I can't wait to read the book that you write about all the things that you've done from catering business to taking your dirt bike and riding the wheelie through the halls of the high school. So thank you for all the memories and dedication. Appreciate you.
I've worked with Larry since he came out of Dodge. I've been in Foley since 2004, so I was just a little bit before you. But man, I will tell you, everything Garrett's talked about, everybody said, Larry's a guy that was definitely unorthodox. But man, he cared so much for all of you customers that are here, and thank you for being here to sharing this great memory of Larry as our salesman out here. Larry's a guy that it doesn't matter what you're doing, man, if there's something that he could do to help, he was all for it, and he would do whatever it took in order to help somebody out. And I'm going to miss the positive attitude and the different things. Even when things are going south, I mean, Larry would get worked up, but it was always in a professional way that really cared for supporting the customer, supporting us at Foley, and making sure that the right thing happened for everybody involved. And that's the thing that I really enjoyed working with Larry, is he was always willing to say, hey, I'm going over this way. You need me to take a part? And I'm like, yes, I do. So I just appreciate all the effort and the care that you had and showed over the years. So thank you, Larry. You're going to be missed, brother.
Randy's Larry's golf instructor.
Larry taught me well. I'm Randy Blim, Meade County. Larry started working for CAD about the same time I moved into the office position. And I really appreciate you being there for us. We also, out here in this neck of the woods, we have our District 6. We call it a hooligan group. Larry has always been willing to jump in and sponsor it whenever he needed to. He's always helped us out putting on different festivities and stuff, so we really appreciate that. I won't go into detail about any other things, but we'll say that for later. Congratulations, buddy.
Larry, you know, you have big shoes to fill. No one worked harder for MJ than this guy.
You know, we were a lot smaller company back in 2010. Two things about Larry. I remember specifically having a conversation with Jay Wade when Larry took the job out here, and we both were fairly sure he was going to probably blow back past us, because if he wasn't found in the ditch or on the wrong side of a joke with somebody, we thought he would blow right past us just because of his motor and his knack. So the other thing I'll say about Larry, in 2012, when I moved to Wichita out of Salina, he called me and said, "Hey, I'm thinking about looking at Salina." And I said, "Well," I made a comment, is there a reason you wouldn't? He goes, "I just don't feel like I've finished my job here." And I said, "Well, it sounds like you answered your own question." And because McPherson was home, I know that he's met a lot of people down here and kind of made this his home. So, but that again is Larry. I think he's got the intestinal fortitude to stick it out, but he also, if something's on his mind, he'll talk to you about it. So I always appreciated that about you, buddy. So I can't tell any other Larry. I've got a lot of Larry stories. I'm just trying to figure out which ones I can get without getting a reprimand. So, yes. Anybody else have anything? What's that? That's coming. That's the main event. Shane?
Is it my turn in the agenda?
Apparently.
Hello, everyone. Shane Ham, Chief Operating Officer here at Foley. Thank you all for coming. Friends, family, customers that are here. You are what make us here at Foley, and we're here at least to support you in all that you do. And there's no better epitome of our support level as Mr. Larry Cummings, right? He's done a phenomenal job here. I was part of hiring him back 19 years ago. Yeah. I remember he came in and we were talking. I'm like, "So tell me a little bit about yourself." He said, "Well, I ran a restaurant, catering business. I ran a blade, for a township." And I'm like, "Okay, so what makes you think you're qualified to sell tractors, right?" And but it was one of those things that knowing Larry was, if he's going to go after something, he's going to shake it like a dead rat until it's finished. and he proved himself in Salina, did a nice job, opened up out here, at least in western Kansas. We had a lot of long conversation about Larry is just the right thing for you and where you're at in your life, in your career, and it turned out to be a wonderful thing for us, for you, and I think for everybody here that he supported. So thank you, Larry, for the 19 years. Thank you for everything that you've done here for Foley and for our customers. I'm a firm believer, at least, in all we have in life are stories. And you've given us a lot of stories and a lot of laughs. So thank you. You will be missed.
Real quick, I did have some stats that I wanted to throw up. Since he's been in Dodge City, Larry's contributed over $178 million in sales revenue. Roughly 110 million of that was in new machines. This does not count his stint in 06 to 2010 in Salina. He sold over 478 new machines, not counting Salina. And he's got a record, since he's been here, 192 new wheel loaders. So, the bar has been set. So, and Larry said it. So, thank you, Larry. I'm sure you'll correct me if I left one of the units off, as he usually does. I took the RPOs out. So, with that, I'd like to invite Larry's family as guests. If you want to introduce them, Larry.
Yeah, great. Good, thank you.
Right here is my cousin Mitzi out of Garden City, her daughter Maddie. My sister-in-law, Becky, and her husband Bob Cummings here. Appreciate you coming down.
Absolutely.
So all of you, Bob's the one that sold him the smart car. Yes, there are. Talk to the gentleman in the blue shirt. Shane, Jeff, you guys want to present the plaque? How you want to do that? Behalf of Foley Equipment, Larry, thank you for everything you've done for us. Please accept this token of our appreciation. Appreciate it. We'll get a picture here.
Tilt it a little bit that way, because other way. Sorry.
Who's looking at it?
All right, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Hold out. Hold.
Hold.
All right, Larry, looks like you got some gifts here.
You don't say anything?
Yeah.
Well, always one thing. Courtesy of it might not be appropriate, but every day, Ron Ball and I flip each other off. So yesterday, as a gift, he gave me this. I'd like to acknowledge some people if possible.
Please do.
We would never have these kind of members without MJD first started. They're like family. One time, Justin kind of put me through the ringer quite a few times. I show up at my house after work, and there was a Omaha Steaks. And I said, "What'd you do that for?" "Well, we've kind of been hard on you lately." So that's something you just don't hear of. And Eric Freeze and I, we've delivered hundreds of machines. We did so many, we almost knew each other what was going to say. And our super parts and service department here, they never get the credit they deserve in our yard. It's more than me. Anyways, and also I was going to, Dustin's going to be taking over Great County and everything out west.
And then I was going to tell you, I changed my mind, I'm staying. No, Colby's taking my position in West Gray County, and he's going to do a really good job out here. I feel like this territory we covered better than it ever has. Anyways, and then I can look at so many people here, so many memories. You know, I'm not even going to talk about John Wessel. But anyways, and all the, you know, some of you guys like Overstreet and some, they've been here longer than me. And back in the days we're cut and paste and send it to Clyde and Debbie. Anyways, and then I just appreciate you all. Wouldn't want to be fair and start mentioning too many people and leave somebody out, because you know who you are. But I really appreciate it.
Well, let's start with this one.
Hang on. Let me get this one over there. Just in case you miss it. This is how you open it.
How could you have to move?
Actually, I'm pretty bad in my age. You take that as a compliment. Yeah.
That was you. These are not mine. Go ahead and grab one.
No, I know what this is about. What's it about, Larry? It's not good.
It's not good, he says.
It's not good. Oh boy. We'll save some of these stories for some other time.
Anyway, it's the thought that counts. It says, happy retirement, be safe from Meade County. Happy retirement, don't do anything I wouldn't do from Hodgman County. Happy retirement, don't do anything I wouldn't do from Gray County. And KFC's finger licking good.
Oh. Maddie? All right.
I feel some new stories coming.
Orange Blossom
Yeah. That's how they start.
Yeah.
queso. Okay. Thank you all. Hate to drop that.
Okay. Vanessa, got you something?
I want to say something about her. She drove her personal car all the way here to be here, and the best sales support person you can have. You know, I thank Vanessa. More crown.
There's a theme here.
He's the king. He's been crowned.
And I'll read these cards when I get home. But I do appreciate it.
Next to last. This is from me and some of your sales gang. It's not a bowling ball, sorry for the
The gift that keeps on giving.
So this is a Friday night date kit.
Friday night date
There's stuff in there. So, we've got dinner for two. Finger looking good. That's what it says. And we've got drinks for later. So, Larry made the unfortunate. I'll tell this one. back in, I don't know, within a year or two after he moved to Salina.
There's so many.
You know, Larry's kind of a Renaissance man, right? He's ahead of the curve, right? This was, I mean, pre eHarmony. So he gets a date. He takes Bob's shiny Mercedes he sold him. Says, hey, I'm going to go to Concordia. We're going to go to dinner. Let's meet in the Walmart parking lot. Well, it turns out, it's a lesson for all the kids out there. Not everything's always as it seems on the internet. So apparently this gal was homeless and living in a car. And when Larry did a good enough job of the description and what he was driving, she saw him coming immediately. And before he could floor it and go, she's in the car. So, being sensible, took her to a nice gourmet meal at Kentucky Fried Chicken in Concordia. So, and then I think he said he had to use the restroom and he left. So he made the mistake of telling a couple of us about stories. And
She ate a whole chicken by herself. And part of my chicken.
And part of my chicken.
So he got legs and it lives on. So that explains that. Now, here's you want to remove the target or this is what the company and everybody decided to get you. So with your with your new adventures, both I know you're planning on working on some ATVs and road trips.
Wow.
This will enable you to stay mobile on some of your stuff.
Wow.
So I hope it's the right color.
I'm not rooted.
I got the KFC. Yeah, that's how
You got the KFC feed.
I want to tell you
it
something
matches
else.
the bucket.
I'd like to say something else here about Garrett Clay. Thank you. I was doing compacting and rental in Salina, and he's beer line like I'm doing here. And I didn't realize how time consuming and stressful it was. Because sometimes, I'll talk to you later. Now I get down here, I know exactly what he went through. But he's always been respectful to me. And then I follow my sword from customer's lot. He always supports me. If it's coin flip, if it's warranty or not, I'll fight for the customer. But without his help all these years, it wouldn't be the same right now. I wouldn't mind if you give Garrett a hand.
That concludes the formal, I think we got all the gifts, so I think that concludes the formal presentation. Please enjoy a cupcake before they melt if you're not still full from lunch. Again, we have bottled water.
Sign the banner.
Sign the banner again. Thank you, Jeff, for reminding that to me. And to quote Sean Smith, this is an end of an era. Era.
Error.